After a month-long research for this chapter, I am resuming my book. As usual, I do not know exactly who you are as a reader. I wished that you were a student or a teacher or the owner of some colleges. However, it is doubtful that these people will stumble on this book and will reach this far into it. Yet I believe that you are somebody who is curious enough and open minded enough to have reached this far. This chapter is about mathematics. I am not a teacher of mathematics. I cannot even say that I am a excellent or even a above average student of mathematics. As I have already told you earlier on, I completed my bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. During that time and up till that time, I faced a lot of mathematics. I never hated mathematics, but I also did not love it enough to pursue a career in any profession that involved mathematics. What qualifies me to write a chapter on mathematics? That is a very natural question that should arise in you. To answer that question, I have to bring back my current career in counseling. I have been sharing to you many instances of those sessions I had with students where I found that they were lacking in the ability to learn properly any subject. The same thing happened with mathematics as with languages. The students who came to me were highly demotivated, frustrated, and even depressed. In about 20% of the cases, it was due to family problems, love related problems, and friendship related problems. However, in the remaining 80% of the cases, the cause of the suffering that the students faced was because they wanted to study, but they did not know why they couldn't. One of the subjects that most often come as painful and hurtful because it's so hard, you guessed it, is mathematics. Whenever I was told about their predicament with regards to mathematics, I was bewildered at first. As I told you, I am not a teacher and certainly not of mathematics. My astonishment occurred because for me, although mathematics was not something that I cherished, it was not something that I loathed or feared or that I found difficult. So it is in this position that I would provide counseling to those students with regards to mathematics. I would try to understand what is it about math that they found difficult. This is where the advantage of not being in the profession of mathematics itself becomes useful. I have no presumptions and expectations from the students. So, upon inquiring what they find difficult and asking them to show me the problems that they cannot understand in the books, I came to the conclusion that the main problem why students are suffering due to mathematics is because they are not naturally wired in their brains for math. We have talked about this to great extent when we talked about the four brain quadrants. Mathematics is related to the left brain quadrants, both the upper and the lower. So those who are naturally imbibed with a strong wiring that enables logical thinking will be able to fit the pieces of the puzzle of mathematics instinctively. They might miss a class or two or even a whole year, but somehow they will figure it out that they cannot solve a particular problem because they did not understand a certain step in the example provided. That was because they did not know about the formula or mathematical process used or the theory behind it. Consequently, they will go back and do some self-study on their own. Then they'll understand that step that they did not comprehend earlier. In this way, they will be able to fulfill all the pieces of the puzzle, and it will give a clear image. In this way, there will be a solution for the problem that they earlier could not solve. I am myself such a person who has a very strong, effective neural wiring in the left side of my brain. That is why math had never been painful for me. However, for the students whom I was counseling, it appeared that they had a very poor left brain wiring. They were totally lost. For them, everything was jumbled up. It's like watching a movie where you can't figure out what is the beginning, the middle, and the end, because all the scenes are happening in a disorderly manner. So I listen to them and make best of the information of the cause of the difficulties that they were facing. Then I realized that even though they were studying grade 12 mathematics, they did not have the skills that should have been developed when they were studying grade 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8, 10th, and 11th grade. Now, when you are in the higher classes, the assumption is that you would know the syllabus of the lower classes. But I realized that those students who were weak in maths somehow had missed acquiring those earlier skills. By the time that they are in grade 12, they wouldn't know what is it that they forgot to learn. Similarly, the teachers are equipped to teach the syllabus, and they are not expected to make a diagnosis of which skills of mathematics the students is lacking, that is resulting in the current difficulty in learning mathematics. Truly, that would be too much of an ask for already heavily burdened teachers. So, this is where this chapter comes in. It is based on the hundreds of counseling I've provided for students who are weak in mathematics in grade 11 and 12. At that age, the students are very expressive and they want to be heard. If you provide them a year using the information I've written in this chapter, I was able to help them improve their math by first making the diagnosis, which differs with every student, by the way. Then, once they agree that my diagnosis is correct, which was done based on my interview with them, I provide them the explanation of the particular component of mathematics that they are lacking in. This feels like an aha moment for them. Then they increase their confidence. They get the point mainly. To some, I tell to go back and revise grade 8 mathematics. To others, I remind them of grade 6 mathematics, which I suggest to do some research on the internet. Then, when I meet them later on, I see in them much more zeal and enthusiasm with regards to mathematics. However, my limitation was that I was just a counselor, and the help that I was providing the students was not compulsory, and I could not follow up with them for further sessions. For me, it was okay because I had so many specimens to study and draw conclusions from, which was akin to have one student or two over many sessions that allowed me to be able to write this chapter. However, I felt this wholeness with regards to the students because the single student could have gotten more if the knowledge that is in this chapter could have been administered to them through at least 20 counseling sessions on a one-to-one basis. Then that student would have become a mathematical genius, even though he was not an innate mathematically wired student. Nonetheless, I'm hopeful that if you are reading this chapter, you'll find ways to create love of mathematics in students. Then, no matter in what bad or poor states or level they find you, you will be able to make a proper diagnosis of the learning problem that they're having in mathematics based on the content of this chapter. Then, springing from the knowledge in this chapter, you will be able to provide them with guidance, recommendations, and hope.